Welcome to your practice. We'll be moving through a 60-minute Vinyasa class that is focused on opening up the hips. So to get started, come into a Sukhasana, or easy cross-legged pose. And place the hands on the knees. Inhale, lift the shoulder blades up and bring them down and flat onto your back. You can rock back and forth a couple times to feel the sits bones. And when you find a comfortable place for your body to remain for a few minutes, you can gently close down the eyes. Feel the weight of your body resting on your sits bones, resting on your mat, resting on the earth. As you inhale, grow your spine tall. Grow your cervical spine, lengthening through the neck. Feeling lightness through the top of your head. Now run your awareness from the top of your head down the center of your back body, running along the spine all the way back to the tailbone. And imagine your tailbone rooting down into the earth. Like your body is the trunk of a tree, sending roots deep down. Inhale, and as you exhale, bring your awareness to extending the exhale. Inhaling through the nose and a long exhale. Breathing here, grounding into the earth, centering into yourself. And preparing to offer yourself the gift of this practice today. Take 5 more breaths here. When you've completed your last breath, flutter your eyes open. Bring your hands to heart center, and we'll chant 3 Oms to start. Inhale, and exhale through the mouth. Inhale for Om. Start to rub your palms together. Rub quickly, gathering heat between your hands. And inhale, press your palms over your heart, close your eyes, deep breath in, and exhale. more time. You can leave your eyes closed. Rub the palms, gathering heat. And connecting them at your heart. Inhale. Welcoming in that energy and releasing. Just opening to receive. Bring your hands to heart center. Open the eyes. Now help your knees together. Wrap your arms around them. Move your forehead towards your knees and round in. Feel that back body lengthening, your neck lengthening. And release. We'll bring our legs long on the mat, coming into Dandasana, or staff pose. Legs will stretch long in front. If you don't have the flexibility for this in the legs, you can bring a slight bend in the knees. Feet are flexed upwards, toes pointing to the sky. Palms flat on the mat on either side of your waist. Looking for length in the spine. Tall neck, tall head. And feel that engagement in the quadriceps. Bring the arms up and move into a forward fold. If you find you can't reach the toes, shift the placement higher on your legs. We're looking for a straight spine and a forward tilt of the hips. So grab where you can. You can also use a strap to help you reach. We'll stay here and breathe for a couple breaths. And release. Move into butterfly pose. So we'll bring our feet together. Knees wide. Rock on those sits bones a couple times to find that forward tilt in the hips. Grab the feet or ankles and use your arm strength to pull your spine tall. Take in a breath and round down. Let the head fall heavy. And breathe here, just starting to open up the hips today. You might use some gentle rocking from side to side to encourage release and openness in the body. One more inhale. And we'll exhale. Help your knees together. Hug the knees to the chest again. And we'll release, coming into tabletop. From here we'll do some cat-cows. Release the belly low for cat, inhale. Oh, excuse me, for cow. And then round into cat on the exhale. Inhale for cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, dropping the belly. Exhale, lifting the belly, rounding the spine. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, one more. And exhale. Now we'll come into thread the needle. So we'll take our right arm, thread it under the left, and move our head towards the mat. Feel that stretch on the right side body and the right shoulder. And release. Coming back to tabletop. Now change sides. Left arm threads under. And move your left ear down to the mat. And release. And spread the knees wide, big toes together, and push back into child's pose. Bring your forehead to the mat. Arms long and relaxed in front of you. Feel your hips moving back towards your feet. Tailbone heavy. Stay here for 3 breaths, expanding on the exhale. Inhale, push back up to tabletop. And we'll move into downward facing dog. Tuck the toes and lift. Pressing your palms, thumbs, forefingers into the mat. Rotating your biceps forward. Lifting up through the armpits. Pressing down with the chest towards your feet. Feeling the lift of the hips up towards the sky. Deep stretch in the hamstrings and calves. And feeling your toes grounding into the mat. Let your neck grow tall. And release your head towards the mat. Inhale. Bend your knees and look forward. And step or walk to the top of your mat. We'll move into a halfway lift. Bring your palms to your shins. Flat back. Tall neck. Take a couple breaths here. And forward fold. Let's take a ragdoll here. Bring your thumbs to your elbow creases. And use some gentle rocking from the hips to release the low back. Encouraging the head to hang heavy. You can bend your knees here as much as you need. And release. halfway lift, forward fold. On the exhale, bend your knees, and then roll up into mountain pose. Close your eyes. Stay here for 2 breaths. And gently flutter the eyes open. And we'll move into some sun salutations. Sweep the arms up to chair pose. Inhale. And stay for the exhale. Inhale. Forward fold. On the exhale. Inhale. Halfway lift. Exhale. Move to plank. And lower all the way to the floor. Inhale for cobra. Stay for the exhale. Inhale. And press back to downward dog. Stay here for 2 breaths. On the inhale, lift the right leg. And step forward into warrior 1. The left foot will be at a 45-degree angle, and the right foot will be facing forward. Knee pressing over the right toes. Arms and fingers stretching up to the sky. Inhale, slight back bend, and exhale. Step back and lower. Inhale, cobra. Exhale to downward dog. Inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, step forward. Warrior 1. Sweep up. Back leg at a back foot at a 45-degree angle. Front foot facing forward. In the front foot, we're stacking joints. We're stacking the knee over the ankle. Stretching open through the shoulder blades, up through the fingertips. Inhale, slight back bend. And exhale, lower to the mat. Inhale, cobra. And exhale, downward dog. Inhale, bend the knees, look to the top. Step forward, fold on the exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep up to high mountain. And exhale to mountain. Just feel the effects of that movement in your body. And we'll continue for another round. Inhale, sweep up to chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back and lower through plank to the floor. Inhale to cobra. Exhale, back to downward dog. Stay here 2 breaths. Inhale, lift the right leg. Exhale, step forward to warrior 1. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, step back and flow. Inhale to cobra. Exhale to downward dog. Inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, step forward. Rise up into warrior one. And exhale, hands to the mat, step back and flow. Inhale for cobra. And exhale, downward dog. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Step to the top. Exhale and fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Rise to the top, inhale. Hands to heart center and release to mountain. We'll move through one more round. Inhale to chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back to plank and lower. Inhale, cobra. Exhale to downward dog. Inhale, lift the right leg. Exhale, step forward to warrior one. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, hands to the mat. Step back and lower. Inhale, cobra. Exhale to downward dog. Inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, step forward to warrior one. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, step back and lower. Inhale to cobra. And exhale to downward dog. We'll stay here for 2 breaths. On the inhale, bend the knees and look to the top. Exhale, step and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up to high mountain. And exhale. Hands at your side. Close your eyes. We'll stay here for 5 breaths, feeling the effects of those salutations. Open the eyes. We'll turn on the mat. Step wide. Hands to heart center. Toes in, heels out. Stretch the arms out wide. Slight back bend as you open your chest, open your throat. And then dive down into Prasarita, wide-legged straddle. Let the head hang heavy. Engage through the quadriceps as you feel the lengthening in the hamstrings, the release in the low back and neck. Take a halfway lift here. We'll swivel towards the right foot, looking at the toes, and then fold over the right leg, grabbing where you can, foot, ankle, and pull yourself in, feeling the deep stretch on that right leg. we lift, we'll walk to the other side. Moving the upper body over the left leg and fold. Release. We'll bend the knees, bring the hands to the hips, and sweep up. We'll bring the heels to face in, toes pointed out. Bend the knees, move into horse pose. Cactus the arms. On the inhale, expand the chest. And on the exhale, bring the forearms and palms together, rounding the back and bringing the belly towards the spine. Open. And crunch in. Belly to the spine, tucking the tailbone. Open. Exhale and crunch. Open. And crunch. Open. And in. Open. And in. One more, open and in. And we'll stretch out into star pose. And toes towards the middle, fold one more time into the wide-legged straddle. Just let your back release here. Bend the knees, hands to hips, and sweep up. And we'll swivel to the front. Bring our legs and feet back into Warrior One foundation. So 45-degree in the back left foot, right foot facing forward. And clasp our hands behind our back, lengthening the arms. We'll inhale, opening up to the sky. And exhale, fold into Humble Warrior. Feel that strong foundation in your feet. Feel the muscular engagement in your right quadricep. And your arms as they continue to move away from your back. And let your head hang heavy. One more breath here. And inhale, rise up. Hands to heart center. We'll swivel the feet the other direction. You might need to heel toe your feet apart. Warrior One facing the other side. Sweep up. And we'll move our arms into a bind behind the back. Try to find the opposite clasp with your hands. Breathe in, open the chest, and exhale, fold into Humble Warrior on the left side. Pressing into the outside and heel of the back foot. Strong toes in the front foot. Feeling that left quadricep working for you. Arms moving away from the body. Head hanging heavy. Inhale. And rise up. And we'll swivel the feet to face forward again. And we'll step together. And we'll move into a balance, tree pose. Ground into the left foot. Right foot. We'll move into a little kickstand on the ball of the foot. You can bring the foot up to the side of your calf or all the way up onto the inside of your thigh. And stay here in tree pose. And we'll release. Moving into the other side. Ground down through the right foot. Open the left hip. Kickstand the left foot. Move it to the calf or up the leg. Tree pose, grounding the right leg and foot into the floor. Feeling the openness of the hip on the left side. Tall spine, tall neck. All those little subtle adjustments in the body to continue supporting the balance. One more breath. And release. And we'll face the front. Sweep up. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Step the left leg back. We'll bring the knee down. Moving into a low lunge. Sweep the arms up. And we'll bring the arms or the hands to the right knee. And we'll play with shifting forward and back into a deeper lunge. Exploring the stretch on the front of the left hip and that quadricep muscle. Just rocking back and forth, playing with balance, muscular engagement, and stretch. We'll bring our hands down to the mat. We'll heel toe that right foot out to the edge of the mat. The right toes will be pointing out at a 45-degree angle. We'll move into a lizard pose here. So we're bringing more length into the left hip. Here you can stay on your palms, or if you have the space, you can move down onto the forearms for your lizard pose. Bring length into your neck. You can tuck the back toes, and if you're looking for more challenge, you can lift that left knee up off the floor. Stay here and breathe in lizard pose. And release. Let's back up to the palms. We'll move that right foot back towards the center of the mat. Then we'll pull back into half Hanuman, half splits. The right leg is straight. Micro bend in the knee. Right toes flexed up towards the sky. Feel the lengthening in your spine. Stretch in the hamstring. Inhale, shift forward into the low lunge. Lift the back leg. And we'll look to the top, move into a half split. Lifting the left leg, toes pointing downward. Engaging the back side of that leg, engaging the left glutes. If you'd like more challenge, you can bring your right arm to your standing ankle. Long lines through the body, balancing and strengthening here. And bring your hand back to the mat, step to the top, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, forward fold. Sweep up, and to mountain. Eyes closed, 3 breaths. Sense into the 2 sides of your body. Can you find any differences between the 2 sides? Maybe opening and lengthening, maybe tiredness. Open the eyes, sweep up. Inhale and exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Inhale, exhale, step the right leg back. Bring the knee to the floor. Inhale into low lunge and exhale. Hands to the left knee. And we'll play with that rocking movement. Stretching into the right hip flexor. Right quadricep. And we'll bring our hands to the mat. Heel to the left foot out to the edge of the mat. Turn the toes to a 45-degree angle. Knees and toes are facing in the same direction. Your palms to the mat. You can stay here for lizard pose, or you can move your forearms down to the mat. For more challenge, lift the back knee. Breathe here in lizard. Inhale, and press up. Bring your left foot back towards the center of the mat, and press back into half splits. And the lengthening underneath that entire stretch of the left leg. Toes pointing up to the sky. Finger points helping to support your balance. And inhale. Release into low lunge. Tuck the back toes. Bring the knee up. Move the hands forward. Inhale and stretch. Lift into standing split. Right toes facing downward. Long right leg. Engaging the glutes, the quadriceps, the hamstrings. For more challenge, bring your left arm to your standing leg. Feel your core engaging to help this leg stay lifted. Inhale and step to the top. Release. Halfway lift, inhale. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep to the top. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale. Step back with the left foot. Knee to the ground. Sweep up. And fold back into half split. If you want to play here with full Hanuman, you can slide the front foot forward and move into a split that is comfortable for you, where you can keep your hips squared forward. If you notice that you're starting to rotate towards one side, it means you need to back off a little bit. You might want to use a block under your legs to help support. And you're just playing here with however far you can reach on that day on that side. Feeling the stretch in the legs. And to release, we'll just inch back out the same way that we came, moving the legs back toward each other. And we'll lift. And inhale. Step to the top and fold. Halfway lift. We'll step the right foot back. Knee to the ground. Sweep up. And fold back into half split. If you'd like, you can play with the full split. Just finding your edge for that day. No need to force or expect a certain shape out of your body. It's when you find the edge where you're challenged, but you can still find release and continue breathing. Stay there for a couple breaths. And then we'll slowly bring the legs towards each other to release. Left knee lifts. Inhale, lift to the top, and forward fold. Halfway lift, and fold. Inhale, sweep up, and hands to heart center. Breathe here. 3 deep breaths, eyes closed. Flutter the eyes open. And come to the tippy toes. Weight on the balls of the feet. We'll bend the knees. We'll slowly lower towards the ground, playing with our balance. Slowly, and bring the fingertips to the ground, and we'll sit back. All right, we'll move into butterfly again. Rock until you find those sits bones. Bring the feet together. Stretch your spine nice and tall, and then fold forward. Notice if your hips feel different than at the start of class today. Is there more space? More sensation? Less sensation? Notice also if you've had any judgment for yourself today. For example, in the last pose, did you have an idea of what full split might look like in your body? Maybe you had resistance to try that position at all, or maybe you expected to move farther into the pose. See if you can just find acceptance for where your body is today. Just release your neck and breathe here. And then we'll inhale. Roll up, help your knees together. And we'll bring our legs wide. Finding those sits bones again. Turn the torso over the right leg, just like we did in the standing wide straddle. And we'll fold over that leg. If you find that your left sits bone is lifting up off the floor, then just back off and find a little bit shallower version of that stretch. We're looking for sensation in the bottom of the right leg, into the hamstring and calf. Stay here and breathe. Bring your focus to your feet, to your toes, or if it's comfortable for your neck, let your gaze move towards the mat. More release. Turn towards the left leg. Finding length in the spine. And folding. You may feel a difference from one side to another. And just meet your body where it is today. Release. Help your legs together. And then turn towards the front of the mat. Come back to the staff pose where we started practice today. Feeling the tallness in the spine. And we'll bring our left knee towards our chest. We'll place the foot over the right leg. Bring the left hand behind you on the mat. Stretch the right arm up and twist to the left side. Tall spine, tall neck. Putting length on the inhale. And exhale into the twist. leg long on the mat. Find a moment in the center to feel the two sides. Then bring your right knee towards your body. Step the right foot over. Right hand moves back behind you on the mat. Lift the left arm and twist to the right side. Length on the inhales, releasing into the twist on the exhales. And release. And we'll roll down onto our backs and bring your knees with you, hugging them to your chest. Feel that sweet release in your low back. After all the work we did today, after those twists. Just breathe into the place where your low back is touching the ground. And bring our feet flat to the floor. Do one back bend. Measure your fingertips where they can just touch the back of your heels. And we'll scoop the tailbone. Press through the feet and lift up into bridge pose. And you can clasp your hands under you and roll the shoulder blades together. Feel the length in your low spine, opening through the chest. Two breaths here. And release. Rolling down. We'll bring the legs with a happy baby. Open the hips wide, knees to the sides, and reach for your feet. If you can't find your feet, you can just hold the outside of your calves. Wherever you're holding, hold down towards the ground. You'll feel some extra releasing in the hips and back. And release. We'll move through one more twist on either side. Bring your knees to your chest. And let them fall to the left side of your mat. Bringing your arms to a T. Turning your gaze in the opposite direction. And we'll move to the other side. Knees to the chest. Let them fall to the right. Let your head fall to the left. And release. One more squeeze. Knees to chest. Bring your forehead up towards your knees. Squeeze in tight and release. Bring your body long onto the mat. Shoulder blades down your back. Feet fall apart to either side. Palms up. Lengthen the neck. Shavasana. Bring some gentle movement into your fingers and toes. And your feet to the mat. And roll into a fetal position on one side. Press up to a seat. Keeping your eyes closed. Into a cross-legged position. Bring your hands to heart center. Thank you for joining me in this practice. Namaste.